Hello, dear viewer. Thank you so much for joining me. What I'd like to read on is this image that I see of different regions. The U.S. becoming much more regional, much more regionally governed, and that is since, of course, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade and has made precedents that so much goes back to the states that formerly accepted sort of federal cases that established the rule of law are now being overturned or overturnable, and much more power going back to the states. So inevitably, what my guides have shown me is that we will become much more a nation of regions. I want to ask some questions that I thought I've been hearing, but let us see. Is it upper Midwest, northern states and eastern states coming together? That's what I think I've been hearing. Queen of Coins, there'd be a lot of wealth concentrated there. Okay. And I've always also been hearing you guys, Michigan, that's going to be the next state where property values, you will start to see them rising and rising. So just don't know why. They just tell me this. Maybe because it's cheap. There's a lot of really cheap property there now. There will be many people moving to Michigan. Don't ask me why. But that's what I'm hearing. Okay. So, and maybe this is part of this, creation, this formation of this northern states, eastern, New England states kind of region. We have the Magician. Something will happen where suddenly a lot of this will make sense. Like there will be a decision where suddenly it's like, oh, and I don't even know that it's a Supreme Court kind of decision. I feel like it's an economic movement. Is it manufacturing coming to the northern Midwest states? They're already talking about it now, is what they're telling me with that Page of Swords. Like there's already talk about this now. So, look at Rust Belt. I've got to do some searches. Rust Belt development. So I think this is what this is. Dollars being pumped into these states for manufacturing, but not only manufacturing, but computer science. I really feel computer science. So, and Minnesota will grow with medical computer science. Wow. Medical centers in the upper Midwest, and even in Ohio, right? So these are very powerful medical centers. They will be gaining more and more dollars, workers, and this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. So I see huge development happening, not only in manufacturing, but more specifically technological manufacturing and IT. Wow. Okay. All right. And we have the Chariot. Again, something happening suddenly. So I think that what I'm hearing is and two horses. So it might be government, like there may be a governmental program that helps with this. We do have the infrastructure bill, right? That's helped. But there's something similar coming in, and then a lot more interest in manufacturing in these areas. And I'm seeing a parallel, like the manufacturing boom that happened in the US post World War II, right? Where Detroit, Michigan, and factories, manufacturing, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all of these areas, Buffalo, New York, all of this manufacturing that really came in these areas. Now we're going to have a parallel process, not as much manufacturing as, some manufacturing factories, that whole thing, but these are educated workforces is what I'm getting. So we're talking skilled labor, and we're talking educated in sciences, like computer sciences, guiding AI. So I'm hearing positions that we can't even see right now, right? Interesting. And that this area will indeed be quite a hub of productivity. Okay, very interesting. And we have the King of Cups. Also more compassionate government. So I'm seeing that with, Okay, so this region will also be more concerned with quality of life for its citizens, and it will be known for that. Okay, very interesting. At the forefront of health programs is what I'm getting, in medical reform. So yes, it does sort of just join with New York and join with, yeah, I do see this region really changing over the next, how fast? I want to ask how fast. I feel like with that Page of Swords, we're also already hearing some of this. But let us see. Let us see. Right. You know, because already there's been a lot of concern. So there's more concern for the homeless in these states. There will be more, this is the compassionate government, right? More concern for those who are shut out of middle-class prosperity. More concern. What the heck? We can't do this. So then, obviously, there is a lot more awareness and voting in of governmental officials who promise to do something about that. So it's both economic, it's both industry, and it's governmental changes within our government. So I do see this. This region is going to be quite dynamic and interesting. You know, I'm from Minnesota. I always ask about Minnesota. Minnesota stays pretty stable because no matter what kind of wonderful things we have going on, we have brutal winters, let's be honest. So I feel like Minnesota stays pretty stable in population and such. So it's a great place to live. However, you're looking out on frozen tundra a few months out of every year. So let us see. What about Minnesota? Ace of Swords. Okay, that's a good one. Okay. Nine of Swords. Okay, we talk it. Yes, we do. We worry. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, right? Some of the same things. We have the Hermit. Okay, and we have but compassionate government coming in, and especially female leaders, and decisions are made. Maybe to improve the lifestyle at some point using technology. Good hard workers, yes, always steady as she goes. I do have a theory about Minnesota. You know, those homesteaders that settled in Minnesota really had to be planners, right? Because you might be stuck indoors and eating your preserves for 3-4 months. So, you know, it was absolutely necessary to plan. So I feel like that it's given birth to a population that is, you know, really steady and planful, more or less. So, so it looks to me like not a lot changes. Minnesota stays pretty stable. It looks to me like when I'm talking about this, this Rust Belt, transformation of the Rust Belt and joining with the East Coast. So Minnesota would be the outlier. I mean, Minnesota will, yes, be part of that, yes, but also still very much its own thing. So, okay. Oh gosh, well, it's funny, but yes, part of that belt. Yep. But I do see huge population growth in Michigan, and quite a lot. You know, some in Wisconsin, but huge in Michigan. For some reason I always see Ohio too. Great population growth. Yeah. Pittsburgh. Yes, Pennsylvania. These states, I see great population growth. All right. Well, I thank you all so very, very much. Take care. I'm going to look at a different region in the next video. Okay. Bye-bye.